conferenza stampa. Presentiamo i nostri ospiti, il regista Jon Favreau, Gwyneth Paltrow, Robert Downey Junior e Terence.
Seduti!
Allora, buongiorno, innanzitutto abbiamo qualche informazione tecnica da darvi, a nome di Universal, quindi benvenuti alla conferenza stampa di Iron Man. Vi ricordo che il film esce in anteprima mondiale, nel senso che uscirà soltanto il giorno dopo negli Stati Uniti il 1° maggio, quindi in Italia uscirà il 1° maggio in 500 sale e negli Stati Uniti uscirà il giorno successivo, cioè il 2. Adesso, mentre aspettiamo di dare le cuffiette a loro per la traduzione simultanea, io farò una domanda a questo punto in inglese, così non perdiamo tempo. I will ask you a question in English because they are bringing you the translation of earphones. Iron Man is a great movie. I mean, it's a comedy and a superhero movie, and then address some interesting subjects such as weapons and war. I want to ask you, how did you achieve the idea of comedy in a movie like this? Because it's very entertaining. It reminds me from time to time of all the slapstick comedies. So it's a great surprise and a wonderful movie. How did you achieve this, all you and all the actors?
I guess I'll start.
La domanda, vi traduco la domanda, e la domanda riguarda il fatto...
Should I speak slow?
No.
We have good translators? I'll speak quickly. Okay. The tone of the film was something that we arrived at through performance. There wasn't really a locked script when we started filming. We had a basic script. We knew what every scene had to be. But the cast was given tremendous freedom to have fun with the material, to paraphrase, to do some improvisation. And then certain scenes were scripted specifically, but we wanted the film to have sort of a light tone. There were many, many superhero movies, and we wanted ours to not be a dark film. We wanted it to be fun and a little subversive in its humor. And that allowed us to present the film against a backdrop that's a little bit more realistic politically than other movies that we have now compared to ours. As far as the humor, my background is independent film and is comedy, and anytime we make choices in scenes, I always lean towards finding opportunities for a little bit of humor. I think the genre of film deserves a little bit of comedy and lightness. It shouldn't be a big, epic, important movie. It should be entertainment. It should be something that takes people's minds off the problems of the day, especially back home in America. Things are very complicated right now, and it's nice to be able to escape a little bit and enjoy 2 hours of the movies. But most importantly, the movie has its personality and its tone because of the cast. And Robert was a big partner of mine in working on the material, on the script, and then this cast, this wonderful cast that you see next to him, sort of coalesced around him, and we all fell into place as a company like you would in a theater group, and it was a very collaborative process, and I'm very proud of this cast and of the film.
Okay. Prego.
Sì, una domanda per Gwyneth, appunto. Si dice che dietro un grande uomo ci sia sempre una grande donna. È vero anche in questo caso, perché dietro questo supereroe c'è il suo personaggio, però forse non le stanno traducendo la domanda.
Ottimo.
Allora la rifaccio, una domanda per lei. Si dice che dietro ogni grande uomo ci sia una grande donna. È vero anche in questo caso, perché... I'm sorry. Ah, ok.
How do you say show off? and that's how
The thing doesn't work, but it worked for me. Sì, credo che sempre posso parlare in inglese? Ok. Behind, yes, the first part is I do think that behind every great man is a great woman, always. And what was the second part?
Era riferito a questo film, cioè anche dietro al personaggio del supereroe c'è il suo personaggio che lo sostiene e ha una gran parte appunto nel far sì che lui riesca nelle sue imprese.
Yes, well, Pepper, my role in the film, I thought, was very important in a way she's Tony's conscience. She's a very loyal, very giving person, and although she could probably use a few boundaries, she's very non-judgmental, and I think that that's an important quality between, well, a man and a woman, or in any relationship, you know, to be supportive without being judgmental. I think that lets the other person in the relationship really be able to achieve what they need to achieve in life.
Buonasera, una domanda per il regista e per Robert. Allora, da ex, diciamo, da fumettaro ho apprezzato tantissimo, forse il migliore sui super eroi secondo me mai fatto, almeno di Marvel, che ha rispettato perfettamente. E la domanda mia era soprattutto sul fatto che il film lascia un po' riflettere. Il discorso delle armi, voi l'avete messo il film in chiave di commedia eccetera, però c'è un messaggio abbastanza chiaro nel film che passa comunque, c'è questo problema delle armi, di queste ditte che guadagnano miliardi sulla pelle della gente di guerra, quindi volevo un po' sapere fino a che punto volete spingere in questo caso.
Hello? Yes, from my perspective, we wanted this to be first and foremost entertainment. So I think that I'm not a filmmaker who has a point of view politically that is unchanging. My politics change with every newspaper I read. So I didn't want to present something that was where I was preaching to the American public or the world. What I did want to do, though, is reflect the realities of the times and the anxieties that we're feeling back home because of where we find ourselves, especially since 9/11, but specifically in the more recent years as there's a lot of political debate back home with the elections coming up. And the idea of these weapons and the things that we've brought into the world through technology, creating problems, and that the world is a very complicated place and has become more complicated recently, was an idea that I thought really lent itself to Iron Man based on the 40 years of comic books. Remember when we first found Tony Stark in the comic books, it was 40 years ago and he was a weapons designer, it was Vietnam. Now we updated it to Afghanistan, and the idea that there are consequences to everything anybody does in the world and that you have to be thoughtful about these consequences is a lesson that Robert learns through the character Tony Stark. And there is a change of character, an enlightenment that happens. And that's a very fun storyline to play because it's a very old myth of a person reinventing themselves based on a reawakening of their conscience. And I think superhero movies work best when they channel the old myths, and Robert certainly played that up quite well. Robert? What? Thank you.